So I mentioned this is where AI starts to get more interesting, where we're kind of moving beyond having an LLM next to our NetSuite, and we start thinking about moving beyond a support function to participating in our work. This is where we're really excited. The concept of agentic AI obviously hugely changes that, where we can have the AI effectively extending or augmenting our teams to go and do work for us. It can be interactive, and then the AI comes and talks to us as finance or operations leaders for input where it's required. So you're no longer the one kind of guiding the processes step by step. You're handing over specific tasks or process or jobs within a workflow to AI to actually go do the steps for you. So the system actually takes on pulling the data, running the checks, preparing an outcome for you to review. So we're really excited by this opportunity. So we've been working really hard on sort of bringing this together. And at Annexa, we're sort of heavy on the innovation front. We've developed a product called Erstan, which is effectively an agentic AI workflow. We've leveraged our expertise in the NetSuite and ERP space to make this effectively a NetSuite AI co-worker that can go and run processes for you. We wanted to show this today as, I guess, a really leading edge way of using AI in workflows. You can scan a little QR code. This product is in beta with a few of with a small group of our customers, but this will be available to general release in the not too distant future. So really excited to show this. Maybe Will G, I'll throw to you. You can fire up Erstan and show us some agentic AI examples.
Sure, thanks, Matt. So I'll show a couple of quick examples of Erstan. First one, 13-week cash flow forecasting is a really common one that can take a lot of manual work. So let's have a look here. This is going to be our 13-week cash flow forecasting agent. And let's just restart this here. So basically, this is our agent builder, and this is just going to ask me for a forecast start date and a minimum cash threshold. And then this is going to go run my 13-week cash flow forecast agent. And based on the guidance I've given the agent, it's going to run what is in NetSuite, typically, 5 or 6 different reports, right? And it's going to glue all that analysis together for me in a reproducible, consistent format. And it'll give me the audit on how those numbers were calculated. So I can see disbursements here. I can see maybe my accounts receivable report that it's running. I can see accounts payable within that, and any notes and assumptions on how it's derived that actual data. So I can see all of my inputs that it's taking and gone and run separately as part of the rules-based agent. And then it'll ask me if I want to proceed. So I just get a confirmation there, and I'll go ahead and say, yep, proceed with this one. And then that will go and work away and create my output. So this is going to follow, again, my predefined rules around how I want that to be assembled. And it's going to generate reconciliations. It's going to generate a summary, things like alternative scenarios and key recommendations around that. And importantly, again, it's going to do that in an output format that's consistent for our finance team and our reporting. So I'm telling it how I need to see that. You can see here it's actually generating a fully editable canvas as well with my full report. So if I want to make any changes, I can do that, and I can export it to a bunch of different formats. Let's say I want to export it to Word. So that's basically my 13-week cash flow forecasting agent. So similarly, I can show you quickly an example of our accounts payable agent. Let me just, again, show you here. So we would have our agent marketplace, and I would grab the AP automation agent. And there'd be a few ways I can kick that off, right? So you could sit there monitoring an inbox, you could chat with it directly, or you could just manually upload a bill like I'm showing here. And then once I upload that, the agent's going to take over and run through the AP process. So over on the left, you can see each step it's working through. It's going to review the bill, pull out the key data, match the vendor, run the PO and duplicate checks, and pull together a summary. And then it'll create the bill record and flag that for approval. And all of that, importantly, is driven by your business rules and controls, right? Every step's audit tracked. And if you've got specific process steps, you can configure those and train the agent to follow them. So now in the chat, it'll come back with a summary of everything ready for me to approve, and I can click approve there. And then it'll go and complete the rest of the flow through that agent. So now that the vendor bill's been created, I've got a reconciliation summary. I've got a link back to that actual bill in NetSuite. So there's my reconciliation. There's my bill. I can link back to INV 783 and see that record fully created and listed out there. And importantly, that's gone into NetSuite with the original PDF documentation. So all of my original stuff that I've uploaded, or any documents that would be attached to that bill, are there in communications against the file in that scanned document. So all of that's handled completely autonomously by the agent, but again, importantly, within audit and control rules that I can define.
That's awesome. Yeah, appreciate the sneak peek, Will. Yeah, we're able to effectively customize and personalize every business process that we want the agents to do for our clients, and do that all nice and securely and audit ready as well. So it's massively powerful. If you're interested in beta, you can sign up here and stay up to date with the new releases and different use cases that we've got for Erstan.